Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2. Today, two massive games for you. We've got Lincoln City who are bottom of the table, so hopefully a routine win, but last time we played Lincoln City this season wasn't quite as simple as that. And after that, we have got Portsmouth as well. So an exciting episode today. Lots of stuff happening and lots of stuff happening in between episodes as well. Obviously, because we're playing Lincoln today, we didn't win the FA Cup 5th round. We lost it on penalties to Leeds United. Unfortunate. So you were last here, of course, for the Sheffield United draw and the Sunderland win. After that, as I just said, we played Leeds United in the FA Cup 5th round. Lost it on penalties, agonisingly, unfortunately. So that wasn't too good for us, but we can't win them all, I suppose. So out to Leeds in the FA Cup 5th round. We then didn't really finish off February particularly well. A 1-1 draw with West Brom, with Lee Phillips scoring the 86th minute to rescue it for us. Didn't play the best in that game, wasn't too pleased. And I wasn't too pleased with the way we played against Fulham. We took the lead actually through Jason Rendell, but that was one of our only chances of the game. Fulham with a much better side and probably deserved the win if we're being honest with ourselves. So a draw was actually probably quite a good result there. But the game afterwards, well, it was a write-off. We lost 5-1 to Cardiff. Lee Phillips scored the one goal for us, but they were just dominant, to be fair, Cardiff. They played really well. Wasn't particularly pleased with that result at all, so it wasn't great, but we have turned it around since then. Only the 3 games played in March, but one was a 2-1 win over Birmingham, Phillip and Rendell with the goals in that one. A 2-0 win over Swansea, followed that with a brace from Michael Pomeroy. And then after that, we played Ipswich with Theo Taverny scoring the goal in a 1-1 draw in that game. So it's been a bit of a mix in between. We didn't play Hull as well, actually, of course. Hull, Michael Pomeroy scoring the goal in that one. But Lee Phillip picked up an injury in that game. He's out for about 6 weeks or so. So we might not actually see Lee Phillip for the rest of the season, which is a shame. He has played well this season so far. 3 weeks, actually. 3 weeks, not quite 6 weeks. But he has played well. He's got his 12 goals in the league. Not quite as many as the season before that. The 26 he got last season was phenomenal, but he has played well this season, I've got to say, Lee Phillip. So 3 wins, 3 draws and a loss in there. It's not been too bad. It's not been brilliant, but it's not been too bad. But we are still second in the table with 6 games to play this season. We are 2 points behind Swansea and we are 2 points clear of Newcastle, who are in 3rd place. We are a massive 10 points clear of Portsmouth in 7th as well. So I don't think we're going to be dropping out of the top 6. It's just a question of, are we going to finish in the top 2? Or are we going to finish in the top 6 or 3rd to 6th? Hopefully today, though, we get a big win against Lincoln City to make up for the draw earlier on in the season, a 3-3 draw after we're 3-0 up. It was abysmal. I can't quite believe that's happened still, but hopefully today we get the all-important win with Fairweather in goal and a backline of Fletcher, Taverny, Reeves and Watts. Donker, Terode, Fenny and Frith in the middle there with Rendell, Langley and Pomeroy as our attacking trio there. We have got a few injuries, as mentioned before. Lee Phillips got an injury. He's obviously out for 3 weeks. Jamie Brown's out for another 4 days or so probably don't expect to see him in today's episode. And Turiak has just come back from an injury. He's been out for a few weeks as well. So we have had a few injuries. We've had to sort of stick with a few different players. As a result, Fletcher is now very tired because we've not been able to really rotate him out the squad at all. But I suppose it is what it is. And we go on to today's game against Lincoln, looking for 3 points. So then kickoff is upon us, which is pretty exciting. Hopefully a great win today in the Dan Busters derby. I should mention as well, tomorrow Formula 1 is coming to the channel. So if you're interested in that, keep your eyes out for that. Subscribe if you're new around here for that. It's going to be quite exciting. We'll see how it goes. You might enjoy it, you might not. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to, sort of thing, as Terode Fenny puts his shot over the bar. Oh, I like this. I've just realised. I've just seen it there. It said the Keith Alexander Stadium. So Lincoln City obviously have a new stadium now. They've moved away from Sincilbank, and it's called the Keith Alexander Stadium, which is that's a nice touch. I like that because Keith Alexander was he's a legend at the club. Was our manager for a good few seasons over 2 spells. Very sadly died a few years ago now, but an absolute legend at the club. One of the absolute greatest managers Lincoln City have ever had, and we've named the stadium after him, which is good. How big is it? It's 17,000 to be fair. That's quite ambitious. I wonder if Lincoln actually fill that, because 17,000 is quite big. But if we get promoted to the Premier League, as I said before, we should be getting a new stadium if we get promoted, because the expansion capacity of Lincoln United Stadium, it's 10,000, but the Premier League minimum requirements are 12,500, and so obviously we need somewhere else. So we would probably actually move into this stadium while our new one gets built if we get promoted, sort of thing. We do have a chance now though with Langley as he comes forward. Again, Lincoln City, like the first game we played against them earlier on this season, sitting very deep, letting us do what we want basically, and Langley's cross just put wide by Pomeroy's header there. Unfortunate stuff, but immediately afterwards, another highlight. And again, Lincoln sitting so deep there with their 5 defenders and 2 guys in front of it basically. They're not really doing a whole lot. They've sit back very, very deep and let us do what we want. And again, Langley's got so much space to do what he wants. Frith now on the ball into Langley. Langley on the edge of the area into Tyrone Fenney, who passes it out to Fletcher, who puts the ball into Rendell, who gets his 19th of the season now. Rendell almost certainly going to get to 20 goals now. I think Pomeroy should get to 20 as well. He's sitting on 16 at the moment, Pomeroy. So I would like to think we are going to be getting to 20 goals for at least 2 players this season, which is very, very good. I didn't think that Rendell was going to have a better season than he did last year, but he actually is. It's fantastic. I think we'll be very, very lucky to get him back on loan next season. I didn't think we'd get him this season, but we did. Honestly, I'll take him back in a heartbeat next season. Promoted or not promoted, whatever, I'll take him back, but I'm not sure we are going to get him back because he's had 2 seasons now, 14 goals last season, 14 assists, 19 goals this season. I think he's probably near that for assists as well. He's done so well this season as Tyrone Fenney's wins the ball back there, plays it into Donker, who's been a bit of an unsung hero the past few seasons, I think. Donker's been sitting in that CDM position very well. He's done a great job the past few seasons, probably doesn't get quite the recognition he does deserve, actually. He's a workhorse out there. As Rendell back to Tyrone Fenney, who's also been quite good off the bench this season, and when he's been required, starts the games, does very well, actually. Oh, he's only got 5 assists so far this season, Rendell, actually. 7 in all competitions, so not quite as good as the 11 and 14 overall that he had last season, but he's still doing quite well. I thought he just had more assists than that. Either way, it looks like we are going to be going into half-time 1-0 up. Similar sort of situation to the last time we played Lincoln City. Massively one-sided game, but despite the scoreline, they still came back to draw with us 3-3. So hopefully we won't have a repeat of that today, because as it stands right now, with what's going on, we'll show you the table in a second as we get through the half-time fixtures. Obviously, Newcastle must be drawing their game still, because we are now 4 points clear of them, which is good. 8 points clear of Cardiff as things stand as well. How are Cardiff doing then? They're not playing. They've still got games in hand, you see, but Newcastle are playing, and they're winning 1-0. They've literally only just gone 1-0 up, actually. That's why. They were drawing, but now they're 1-0 up. So they're still 2 points behind us. But hopefully Cardiff, Reading, West Brom, they all lose their games in hand on us after this one. That would be very good, as we've got a chance to come forward through Frith into Langley, who wins the penalty, which Rendell is going to take. Let's let him get to his 20th goal this season. Come on, Rendell. In the back of the net. Does it in style to get his 20th of the season, which is so impressive for a winger. Let alone a striker, a winger getting that is really, really good. Smashes it with so much power, the keeper can do nothing about it down the middle, and we're 2-0 up. Right, we've got 20 minutes to go. A highlight for Lincoln, which is turned in by James Thornton. Now, the last time we played Lincoln, 70th minute onward, that's when they turned it on and scored the 3 goals to equalise with us. James Thornton obviously used to play for us a few seasons ago on loan. We tried to sign him since then, but we can't have him. They won't let us have him, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a shame. But he's grabbed his goal here today from this corner, which is a very nicely done one, to be fair. And I don't want a repeat of last time. We are going to make some changes. Latham is going to come on, probably for Donker, actually, in that CDM position. Let's give Donker a rest. And I'd also quite like to bring... I want to take Fletcher off, but no one can play there, so we can't take Fletcher off. But Tyrone Fenney is going to come off for Dante Clement. Is there a chance for us now, actually, just before the substitutes are made, as Rendell comes forward, tackled by Irwin, who we tried to sign, actually, in January, but we didn't get him, obviously, as Tyrone Fenney gets his 2nd of the season. You've seen both of his goals, and they've both been superb goals. That one outside the area, fantastic stuff. Really well placed himself. He just keeps himself on the edge of the area. It's cleared. First time effort on the half volley, top corner. What more can you ask for? We're now 3-1 up. Now, we were 3-1 up, actually. We were 3-0 up last time out as well, to be fair. Tyrone Fenney comes off after scoring his goal there. Let's give him a rest. Yeah, obviously, last time we were 3-0 up and then came back to 3-3. Similar sort of situation, 10 minutes to go. We can't let it slip once again. And Rendell's free kick, just over the bar, on for his hat-trick as well. That would have been good. Thankfully, though, I don't think we are going to be going and conceding 2 late goals in this game. But there is a highlight just before the 90th minute. Hopefully, it's going to be one for us as we look to come forward. Hopefully, Pomeroy gets himself on the score sheet again. That would be quite good. Clement on the ball now. Clement into Fletcher. Fletcher can't quite get the ball in. Lincoln City looking to maybe get the counter-attack now as they come forward. We have got bodies behind the ball, but they are coming forward now. Not particularly pacey, to be fair. They're trying to just be a bit calm with it. Although the interception was made by Latham there. And Clement now with so much time in the middle there as he comes forward with the ball. Frith now on the ball into Clement once again. Rendell now. Rendell shoots from distance just wide of the mark, but that was a great little effort there from him. Thankfully though, we haven't conceded 2 late goals. We are going to be picking up the 3 points in this game. We stay second, still 2 points off Swansea as well, which is really good. Still 2 points away from Newcastle, which is really good. And now I've sort of got, I think they must be playing tomorrow, surely, these like Cardiff, Readings and West Broms. They must be playing tomorrow. Oh yeah, they have done. Next day, other teams have played. Cardiff have won, which is a great shame. Reading have... Where have Reading done? Or maybe they did play. Maybe Reading did play. No, they drew. They drew 0-0 with Portsmouth. And West Brom won their game as well. So... Okay, Cardiff is still within touching distance. They're on 5 points. But we're now 9 points clear of Reading, West Brom. 12 points clear of Portsmouth. I think we should be nailed on for at least playoffs at a minimum. At a minimum. The race certainly is on though. There's now 5 games left. 4 games after the Portsmouth game obviously as well. And then we'll have 2 games to try and get some decent results. But we'll come back for the final 2 games of course. And that's where we're going to decide. Is it automatic or is it playoffs for us? That's what it's going to be, I think, next episode, the final episode. Finding out what it's going to be. Which is exciting. I'm a bit scared by it as well. I am a bit scared by it. But it's... You know, it's a good time for us to be playing. Tyrone Fenney's really improving as well. I mean, he's got Premier League potential, and he's currently now a Sky Bet Championship level player. So that's very good. He's improved this season. I'm pleased with that. Like, he's done well, especially considering we paid money for him, quite a bit of money for him. I'm glad he has improved to do quite well, and hopefully will be a big part of us going forward in the future. According to this tactical advice summary, we are potentially a win away from playoffs at worst, which is good. So I presume that means if we beat Portsmouth and other teams around us lose, that means we're more than 12 points ahead of the teams below the playoffs, and that means we will be playoffs guaranteed. So that's quite good. We're set also for records points haul. We're on 78. Our record is actually only 83, which seems relatively low actually. Maybe, I don't know. But 5 more points needed to equal the record. 6 points, so 2 wins needed, and we'll surpass that record, which is also quite exciting actually. So we could have a record-breaking season in more ways than one. It could be our first season as we get promoted to the Premiership, so it could be our first season in the Premiership, and it's pretty exciting to be fair. Montreal Impact are back in for Theo Taverny. Now he's still got another 2 years. He signed a new contract actually, didn't he, after the last round of interest in him. So no, we are going to reject that. I want to keep him at the club. He is a really important player, but if they come back over summer offering me quite a bit of money, and we've got better centre-backs in for next season. Oops, I've just dropped a comb. I don't know why I'm picking a comb up. I fiddle with things quite a lot at the moment. I'm just doing this, like making noise. Ignore me. Anyway, the point was, if we've got better centre-backs next season and Taverny isn't going to be starting, if Montreal Impact want to pay me 3.8 million or whatever they offered, take it. I'll take it. Take him. I'll take your money. It's fine. Right, Turek is coming back from his injury. We're going to put him on the bench because we will swap him for Fletcher later on. The other player's still looking tired and not quite fit enough yet either. So, I think we actually will start with the same lineup because I don't think we can improve it. So let's start with the same lineup. Let's take on Portsmouth today. Potentially a win away from playoffs guaranteed, which is really, really exciting considering that we've missed out agonisingly close to the playoffs the past 2 seasons. So to actually secure them this season is really good. But in the position we're currently in right now, if we drop out of the top 2, I will be quite upset as well. So hopefully we keep our grasp on the top 2. I think Swansea are already down, are they? Because we're now only a point behind them. We're 2 points behind them, and we're currently drawing. So they must be down in their game. As Pomeroy into Langley, into the back of the net, and temporarily we are top of the table then. Swansea are currently 1-0 down against Charlton. So if Charlton, down in 19th, can do us a favour, we're going to finish today's episode on top of the table, as long as we win our game as well. So a lot of circumstances going on here, but that is exciting. Very exciting. Another highlight now, if we can grab a second early goal in this game, that would be really good. If we can be 2-0 up in 10 minutes, that's a real good statement of intent as we play it out from the back. Tyrone Fenney back on the ball now, up towards Pomeroy. He's in behind the defence. He gets his 18th goal of the season now. Absolutely fantastic. 18th, that you can see up there for Michael Pomeroy. Superb bit of play. We're now 2-0 up within 10 minutes as well. A great ball from Tyrone Fenney, to be fair. Just punts it up. It's a bit Route 1-ish, obviously, but it works quite well. Pomeroy under pressure from two players either side of him, keeps his cool, puts it low in the back of the net past the goalkeeper. And we're 2-0 up now here at Fratton Park. That's pretty good going, to be fair. I'm pleased with that. Swansea is still losing as well. Lincoln City are beating West Brom, which is handy for us as well. Very handy for us, actually, as Portsmouth have pulled one back rather annoyingly from that corner, to be fair. That's quite frustrating. How's this gone in then? Like, no one's really marking him, and then it's sort of punched in the back of the net by Fairweather. He doesn't really get solid contact on it. And really, that should have been an easy save, but it hasn't been, unfortunately. So we do maintain the lead as it stands right now. How are Charlton and Swansea doing? What all these fixtures now here? I was told only 3 of them a minute ago. What's going on here? That's the goals. They're the fixtures. That's what I was on about. Charlton, though, are... Where are they? Charlton. Where are Charlton? Oh, right at the bottom. I thought Charlton were at home as well. I'm getting it all mixed up today. Charlton are still beating Swansea, though, as we start to approach half-time, which is pretty good. They've had a man injured, so hopefully that's a key player for them that they're going to miss and not be able to score some goals. As Langley coming forward into Pomeroy, into Rendell. Rendell should have probably put it across, but when he's got 20 goals this season, he's going to be shooting, isn't he? So fair play, worth the effort. Another chance now, though. Pomeroy back on the ball, across to Langley, but cleared. And now Portsmouth can come on the counter-attack. If they score a second goal before half-time, I will be cross. Because really, after going 2 goals up in 10 minutes, we should have taken hold of this game, to be fair. I think we have done to an extent, actually. We have done. We did get unlucky with their goal, which they scored. Really Fairweather should have saved it, but he didn't. Luckily, though, he did make a save there, which is good. But they have got another corner, which comes in. Oh, I thought it was a penalty, but it's a free kick for us. Panic over. And that is half-time. We are 2-1 up. At half-time, we're temporarily top of the table as things stand. Swansea are still losing 1-0. Okay. Oh, what a position to be in as they've nearly scored a goal. Let's calm things down in the second half. We need to just keep hold of possession, not do anything stupid, hold on to the win, and it will all be okay. Everything will be okay. I think actually as well, winning today's game, as things stand at the moment, will be far away from Portsmouth to make sure no one can actually get into the playoffs. Oh, they've scored another goal though, Portsmouth. That is not good. We need to demand more from our players there, because really, a 2-goal lead should not be sacrificed like that. I mean, it's similar to our goal, really. It's Route 1 stuff. It's very, very similar, actually, to Pomeroy's goal. I mean, I don't know what Fairweather's doing, to be fair. He should have easily been saving that. He's somehow not done it. It's not really that good attacking play, to be fair, but it is what it is. We drop back down to second because of it. I presume that means they're still losing Swansea, so that's okay. We're still 1 point behind them. We do need to grab some goals, though. And we're 13 points behind, and there's 12 available, actually. No, we're 12 points ahead of Portsmouth. So actually, we won't go into the playoff as things stand, although Pomeroy's shot is not a good one. Come on, lads. We need to do something. If we win today, we will be qualified for the playoffs. We will be guaranteed playoffs at a minimum if we win today. We know we can win. Let's go more attacking. Let's show some passion out there as well. Rendell's not played particularly well, but we haven't really got anyone else to come on for him, and he has got 20 goals this season, so we'll leave him on for now. We're going to bring Turiak on in a second, but Portsmouth coming forward. Oh, how? They've gone and scored a third goal now after we were 2-0 up. 2-0 up we were. Oh, for God's sake. How has this happened? How? That was a fair enough goal. I mean, we should have had more players back defensively, but their first 2 goals should not have gone in the back of the net. Attacking. Demand more. Tactics. Rendell, you're coming off a Pardo. Fletcher is coming off for Turiak, so a new left-hand side of the pitch there. Jack Frith is tired, but we've got to leave him on because he's very, very good out there. So there were 2 changes. We're going very attacking. We've said demand more. How have we thrown this 2-0 lead away? We're still second as it stands, but only a point now ahead of Newcastle. Frith coming forward into Tyrone Fenny. Watts on the ball now. Cross to Pardo. Pardo heads it over the bar, unfortunately. Come on. Why are we not winning this game? Demand more. The final shout we've got to do. Demand more once again. If we can grab an equaliser, that saves things a little bit for us. But as it stands right now, I am not pleased at all. And with 10 seconds to go, we've somehow thrown away a 2-goal lead. And this makes me ridiculously nervous for playoffs. Because we're now winning this game we would have been in a much better position to grab the playoffs. Swansea have equalised right at the end as well, so that's even more frustrating for us. And they're now 3 points ahead of us. We're 1 point ahead of Newcastle. We're not qualified for the playoffs yet, which is, again, a frustrating scenario. And we're at more risk now of actually falling into the playoffs with 4 games left to play this season. And if we go 2-0 up against Portsmouth and then throw it away like that, we could easily do that to other clubs as well. Now, Tavernier has also asked... He wants to go to Montreal Impact. Lad, why? We're on the cusp of Premier League. You're better off here than in the MLS. You've had a new contract. Stop being a diva. Durant, have a word with him. You're not going to have a word with him? What is this about? Right. He could do with the help. I understand you don't want to get involved. No, let's not say that because that's me saying I'll do it. You get on well with Theo. Your impact would be appreciated here. Would carry some weight too. He's not doing it. Well, you're a prick, aren't you? Okay. Let's talk to him. Right. You've blocked my transfer to Montreal Impact. I want to test myself in a better division. Right, that's not true. But, okay. Right. What do we say? I think you need to think about what a great place this is to play football. We've got a great bunch of lads and a terrific atmosphere. The grass isn't always greener, you know. Let's say that. Doesn't matter. I'm professional. I don't need any kind of good atmosphere to be able to do my job. Just leave me be. Let me leave. What? Right. Theo Tavernier. Do we just let him go then? Because I can't be bothered having a diva here. We'll try and push for as much as possible from Montreal Impact. Right. Okay. Have him for... No, okay, we get to set the price here. Let's say 10 million. Let's see what he says to that. He says 4.2. Let's go to 6 million. He says 4.3. We'll say 4.7 is my final offer. That's still not good enough. Right, he's not cross. Theo Tavernier, offer to clubs. We'll offer him first and foremost for 10 million. All right, 10 million. He's got a minimum fee release clause for domestic clubs, so Premier League clubs combined for 4.4 million. Montreal Impact, if you want him right now, 10 million, please, pay up. So a bit of a frustrating way to end that episode then. A ridiculous loss to Portsmouth, which I'm not pleased about. And now Tavernier throwing a strop, wanting to leave the club. If you're going to be that mental about it, lad, you can go. I don't care. So we'll sort it out. We'll get better defenders in next season anyway. It's fine. Right. Not really long left to go then. We've got 2 games in between episodes before we come up against Newcastle in 3rd and Charlton in 21st. So they are going to be tough games, to be fair. Millwall 16th, Norwich 14th. Fingers crossed wins in those games. But obviously, next episode is going to decide if we're going to be in the playoffs or automatically promoted to the Premier League, which is exciting. So join me for that one. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like on the video. I really think this Portsmouth game could have ruined things for us. Because I'm not sure we'll beat Newcastle, and I reckon Newcastle will probably win all their games. They've got Swansea. Oh, that's big. Swansea in 1st. That is huge, actually. Ipswich 13th, us, and then Sunderland. So, apart from the Swansea game, they'll probably win all theirs. I think they'll probably beat us, to be fair, next episode. So, it's a 3-way race for 2 spots. Who's going to get it? So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like on the video for me. And I'll see you next time to decide who's going to win the 3-way race for 2 spots. See you then.